Hi everyone, this is Amaya Tala and I help people flourish and live. So today we are going to talk about how healing is messy. And I think this is one of the reasons why a lot of people neglect the act of healing. When I say healing, I'm talking about spiritual, mental, emotional healing. That is also physically related because when you heal what's inside of you in your inner world, you also heal outside of you. And it's something that, you know, from experience, when you heal embedded trauma in your body, it kind of like unburdens your body because your body literally holds onto those traumatic energies for some reason. And when you do heal them, the body kind of like feels relieved to not have to hold on to those very dense energies. But I think a lot of people probably ignore the need to heal internally because it can get messy. And I will kind of compare it to a physical garbage. You know, when your house is dirty, when your room is dirty, it's hard to look at it. It's hard to look at the mess that you've made because it's a lot of responsibility. You have to take action. You have to move your body. You have to pick it up. You have to get dirty. Just cleaning up your space. You have to go to the garbage. You have to, and it's not a very sightly view. You know, it's not a pretty, beautiful view. And a lot of us have the tendency to just want a good view. You know, want to think that we have a good life, want to think that we have a good room. And sometimes we go into fantasy world or world that we make up in our heads that is not reality. And this is kind of related to what I said in my previous video, that this is why it's very important to be very honest with ourselves, because you have to be honest about the mess that we have made in our lives. And that's really the only way we can take steps to actually clean them. And the act of acknowledging the dirt within you, in your internal world, in your emotional world, is very messy because they hurt. It hurts to think about what happened to you in the past when someone hurt you. It hurts to relieve that and think about that. Now, I'm not talking about like really, really, really heavy trauma. And I do want to put in a disclaimer that if you have those, you might want to seek professional help and guidance. But just in general, when you go back to those things and you acknowledge them and you sit down with them and you practice self-compassion, self-love, self-forgiveness, and even forgiving others if you're ready for that, that's when you start processing those internal garbage that usually comes with the realization that they are not really yours, that you don't have to carry them, you don't have to hold on to them. They just need to be loved, usually. Although it depends on, certain situations and circumstances, but usually it just needs to be released and let go, and because it's a burden that you are carrying and your body is carrying, and a lot of them do not really belong to you. It's what people have done to you that is not really your responsibility. But your responsibility is to look into it and clean it up. That is your responsibility that you owe yourself. Now, when you do this, it's not messy. You can cry ugly if you're an ugly crier like I am. And you can feel like you're not a stable person, that you're imbalanced and you're a bad person. It could feel that way, but it's really, you have to go down so that you can go up. And it's just a process of healing. And it will be different for each scenario and situations, obviously, but I'm just talking about general, that usually, and sometimes healing can be pretty. Sometimes that can happen where you can just like look at the garbage, pick it up, and like dump it into the garbage station, and no cry, no emotional anything, no emotional purging or anything. It could be that way sometimes, but usually healing is on you, especially when you're doing it with a partner and you both trigger each other and you see things that you have to heal within yourself because you're just triggered, and you hear what your partner is saying through a triggered lens. So, and it may not be pretty between the two of you, but that's okay as long as you're aware of the healing process and aware that this can be healed and this can be taken out of your system, taken out of your relationship. That way, after that, your relationship will be stronger. So I just want to let you know, if you're not aware of, how healing works, and sometimes it takes time. Sometimes you do it one time, the first time you just sit with yourself, you don't really know what to do. The next time you figure out that, oh yeah, I don't want this anymore in my life, I'm gonna let go of this, and you do need to visualize and things like that, and really kind of like intentionally purge that energy. And it takes practice to do that. And I do guide with people with that. If you want a one-on-one, that is available on my website in flourishlife. And but there's different nuances about it, but usually all you need to do is to just surrender to the process. And eventually, even if you do it over and over again, you may not see the results right away, but eventually it is going to get killed, especially if you're aware of how the process goes. So yeah, I just want to let you know that it's okay. If you cry, if sometimes you feel down, that's what they call, not bypassing the spiritual process. You have to go through that. And yeah, just a reminder that it's okay if you don't always look pretty. And it's okay if you sometimes fall down. It's fine. That's just an indication that there's something that needs to be worked on, and it's a blessing to know that. All right? So that's what I am called to talk about today. I hope this helped in any way. If it did, please like, subscribe, and share this with your friends and your loved ones. That way, all of us will be in this journey to heal and become the best person that we can be, so that we can create our best, beautiful life. Until next time, I love y'all, and